Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to another episode of Megaquarium Brutal Campaign Mode. Thank you for joining me today and continuing to show your support for the series. If you do enjoy this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. So between episodes I have added in some toilet blocks over here. I've added in a load of pumps around the side just so we can see how many we're going to need in total. This may be enough and we may need a couple more than this. As you can see, it is quite a lot to be able to keep all of this going, and that is mainly because we need the two different networks. We need the chilled tanks and we need the heated tanks. And then also I haven't put all of these in because we are only just afloat. The hardship of the brutal mode has really kicked in this level, and much more than in previous levels. And so I've been finding it very difficult to keep hold of money. I've only been making 300, 400, 500 per day, which at this stage of the game really isn't that much, especially considering how much we're trying to do here. And one of the things I've really struggled with is trying to get and especially keep prestige. And I think one of the things we're going to have to do is go through some of these quests, because these not only will give us money, which will help us keep afloat, but also we will be able to get other quests like these ones once we actually start clearing up the backlog of them. I think I'm actually going to get rid of all the growth reports so we can just keep this nice and fresh. You can see all of our staff have leveled up. However, at the moment I don't really have the money to be able to actually level them up because I can't afford to lose more money per day. I've actually had to get rid of a member of staff as well. And so I want to try and get through this level basically as quickly as I can, just to get some of the stuff in the next level. The main problem is there is not enough gift shops. This is all we have. We have the guidebooks, we have the vending machine here for the fizzy drinks, we have chocolate, and we have the tetras. And you can see down here I've got 8 tetra tanks here, and it's still not giving me enough money to be able to get to where I can actually comfortably build. And between episodes I'm having to do a lot of grinding and sorting out of different things and trying to work out exactly what I need and just removing everything I can to build up a little bit of capital. I've managed to go through each day and just kind of grind up enough to be able to get some stuff in here. So I've got a bit of prestige items in here. I've got the gate over here, I've got an anchor, and I've got some nets. But this is really slow progress compared to the last few levels. I did, however, go to the trouble of getting the catfish in here that we saw in the last level, or in the last episode. So they are done, but what we need to do for the main quest is get 24 different types of animals into the aquarium. I really want to try and put those 24 into this set of tanks here. We have 11 tanks in total, so we need to be able to put multiple fish into a single tank here, and I think that's what we're going to do today. I think we're going to work on this tank down at the end here. So I want to try and attach this one. That is... Yes, I can attach it to this one, so that will actually go onto the hot water or tropical water network. And we're going to pause the game. We're going to add this on, which probably means we're going to need to put a couple more of the things onto here, because we're on 4 of these and these are 90 each. We now have 4 tanks, so we are now on 360 out of 400. So we are definitely going to need the next one, probably the next 2 actually, so I'm going to do that. I have found as well I need to actually restart the game in a minute because these menus are taking so long to come up. It is crazy, and I think it's got something to do with how long the game has been open, because it's been ticking over in the background as I've been doing other stuff between episodes as well. So there is that. That's all of the heating done. Now I'm going to leave filtration for a bit because we don't exactly know what we're going to have in here. We already have a little bit of what do these add? A little bit of plant and a little bit of rock into this tank. So we've got some of the vegetation we're going to need, but we'll probably need a bit of cave as well. So I'll add some driftwood into here. But we're going to put the fish in first, and I think it's fish menu used to be one of the ones that actually took the longest to open. However, we're actually going to use the search because I want to make sure I add fish which are going to add prestige. One of the ones which really does add prestige is this comet, and I've been saying since I saw it in the menu that I want to add this comet in. It looks incredible. It looks amazing. I love this fish. It is also 10 prestige. 10 prestige. That's brilliant. And no wonder, it's incredible. I love it. It does need some cave, so we're going to have to add some cave in there. And it does need krill, so we're going to have to add a krill feed station. It grows, well, it is size 7, doesn't grow from there. But it does eat fish of size 2 or less and crustaceans of size 2 or less. So we're going to have to make sure we understand that as we go through. And the other thing that we cannot do is add more of one of these in a tank. In fact, if we grab this tank so we know which one we're looking at, and we grab that comet, there we go. We add one of them, it's nice and fine. We add 2 of them, really doesn't like it, because we can see fighting congeners. So take one of them back out, and this is going to be our main stay of this tank, and we can build up everything else around this one fish. As you can see now, I've just clicked the wrong button and it's going to take ages to come back up. So click on the right one, because every fish we want to add in here is going to need to be prestige heavy. I actually quite like the idea that if this guy can eat crustaceans of 2 or less, let's see if we can find some big crustaceans. I was thinking about the edible crab, but unfortunately that is a cold water one, so we can't add that in. However, there are a few here which we might be able to. We have got here the other inverts. I quite like these actually, so let's... This is 3 to 12. Is a starfish, so it's fine in here. It is tropical. It's decent prestige. So yeah, let's go for one of those. Just the one, because we want to try and fit as many things in here as we can. And again, I pressed the wrong button. I always do this. No matter how long I play this game for. I click up there, not down there. Right, what else do we want? We want... Because that's the only crab, isn't it there? So the only crustacean we have is that one, that edible crab. And that is cold water. So we can't add that in. So what else do we have? Firefish. It's okay, it's not great. Pajama cat sharks, that's what we've got in already. I could add a shark in with it. We'll put the cat amongst the pigeons, won't it? We've already got a supplement. So we're going to have crab. And I think that means we're going to have a cold water tank in here somewhere with edible crabs in it. Just because we have animals here that eat crab, it kind of makes sense. So this one, I think I'm going to put 2 of these guys in here. I don't think it's going to be a problem. So we'll do that. It means we're going to need a bit more vegetation and stuff, but that's okay. Remind me down in the comment section. Say, Apache, don't go to the wrong menu. Always make sure you know where you're clicking. Right. Flame angelfish I do really quite like. They are really nice prestige for their size. It's 5 size for 3, sorry, 3 size for 5 prestige. It can only have 1 of them in. I actually quite like the idea of having the coral beauty and the angelfish in here, because they are going to be really nice together, especially with the grouper in there. And then that would be a 1 per 1. 8 prestige for 8 size. It is tropical. It is a wimp. A flame angelfish isn't a problem. That one is a wimp. Okay, so we can't add bullies. But that's fine, because nothing else in here is technically a bully. Even though we have 2 sharks in there. So masked puffer. Yeah, I think we'll go for 2 of those. That's quite a nice selection so far. We have 36 out of 100 in here so far. I think we're going to want a shoaler. So if we have a look for the shoalers... Wow, this is going to take a while as well. Maybe I should reset. We already have the half and half chromis. So the next best ones would be these white-tipped soldierfish. They don't like lights, but that's fine. Shoal freeze. You're size 4, so we're not going to get eaten. Oh, fish, shark. What do you eat? Fish of size 5 or less. We can't have the sharks in there. Damn, okay. Because I really want these 2 in there. I should have thought of that. Right, so yeah, we're going to add some shoalers in here now. So we've got the white-tipped soldierfish. We'll have 1, 2 and 3 of those. They're fine. And then... Ooh. Sea urchins. 2 to 5. Oh, they're cold water. No, can't do those. Reef squirrelfish. Should we go for some of those? 1, 2, 3. Is it 3 or is it 4? Let's have a look. Which ones were they? 4. Okay, 4. There you go. So they shoal in 4s. They shoal in 3s. These ones, we have got 20 of them. So we've actually got 5 lots of those. And how much has that given us now to do with this? 2 out of 3 shoalers. I'm not sure why it says 2 out of 3 shoalers. Maybe because we haven't resumed the game yet. These are size 2, we can't use those. These are size 2, we can't use those. These need a chrysal tank. These are cold water. We have the rest of those ones. So that's all the shoalers we can add in for now. So now we just need to make sure that this tank is okay. So we need cockles, we need green pellets, we need krill, and we need orange pellets. So I think krill is the only one we're going to need there. So if we search for krill, there we go. Put one of those down. And we're going to need quite a lot of cave, actually. So if we go for cave... Oh, they are nice. Let's see if we can have one of these in. Size 3, so it's not going to get eaten. No, the comet's the only one that actually eats stuff. And that's fine. So let's just see, will this fit in? Yes it will. I like that. I like that a lot. So that means we're going to need 20 cave in total. So some of these add quite a lot. Can we get it all in one go? We could do with that. But is that going to look weird if we do this? Yeah, it is. That's just going to look really weird. So instead, we're going to go for... I don't want one of the backgrounds. That's the thing. All of these are backgrounds. All of these are backgrounds. Ruins, actually. These add prestige as well. Ooh. Oh no, that's a background again. Pitted column. Overhang with kelp. Ooh, cube tank. Oh, that's another background. And we could do something like this, which would just put everything in we need. Maybe we do. Oh wow. That's yeah. Let's just do that. That's just going to give us the most bang for the buck. It's taken up pretty much half of the budget for this episode, but that's okay. So if we unpause now, we resume the game, that tank should theoretically be fine. We may need to add a little bit of filtration onto here, but we'll let it run for a while and see how that goes. So I've allowed this to run on for a while, and it does seem like that tank is working fine. We've just come up to our next research project for ecology here, and I'm going to need to get some more shoalers, because even though we do have more than 3 different shoalers in, this quest hasn't actually picked it up. You see it says we've only got 2 out of 3 shoalers here, but we've definitely got more than that in the tanks already. So there are a couple more shoalers here. There are the Red Sea bannerfish here, and there is the Sergeant Majors. Now both of these we have seen before, especially the Red Sea bannerfish, and I think that is the only ones that I've seen. So I think I'm going to go for the Red Sea bannerfish first, because we know that they do work. We have used them before to fulfill these projects. Now the next thing is this. I'm having to put onto important to make sure that that krill gets done, because we've only got a couple of these staff here that can actually do it properly, to fill it up in time. Basically, it's been like a day and a half, up to 2 days before we actually get around to it. So I am going to need to start thinking about putting some auto feeders into this. Until then though, I think I will have to maybe try and get a new member of staff. However, that is going to be a bit annoying, because we still need to get maintenance done as well. There's a lot of stuff we need, and a lot of it would be fixed if we had more staff. But as you can see, we don't have a huge amount of profit per day to be able to work with. We've only got like 400, 500, sometimes down to 137 down there. So, I mean, I can get a new member of staff, I suppose. There is Red Sea bannerfish done. Good. Now let's go for the Sergeant Major next, just in case the Red Sea bannerfish don't work. We'll go to hire. I am going to get a new feeding person. And to be honest, I want someone like Quinn, who is just for feeding. And they will just be going around feeding. I don't want them to do anything else, because that will free up somebody else to do some of the maintenance work there, and hopefully that will be the cheapest way of getting this all sorted. It does look like we do have a problem with our water quality though. Is all of this on one single network? It is. So all of this is being connected in. We can use this one as well, but I think we do need a bit more, not necessarily any more staff, but just a bit more redundancy on here. So I think just adding in one more of those will actually do that, and that'll be okay. There's the Sergeant Major done. So I think next we want to go for some of the chrysal tank stuff, because I do want to get a chrysal tank in here, definitely. Once we've actually got all of this done. You can actually see our prestige is going up really quite quickly now. Well, it's coming back down now, but it's just peaked at about 520 something. Whereas at the beginning of the episode it was about 130 that it was peaking at. So we have done a huge amount for our prestige. We also have a couple of messages here. Our pufferfish have grown up, but we do have this new quest here. Observation request. We even need to build, let's read it from the top. Hello, I am contracting you on behalf of Ocean Life Consortium. We have funding for one of 2 projects with potential observation studies. First study looks at the behaviour of lionfish, the second looks at blue tubular sponges. Would you be willing to work with us on one of these studies? So this obviously gives us more money but requires the sponges, and I think they require lighting. Yes, we do. And we do not have a tank that's actually able to put lighting in yet. So I'm definitely going to go for this lion tank. Let's take a look at the lionfish. So we go there, we get 2,500 to spend on this project. So let's pause it there. We also have the sea star has grown, that's good. It's now up to size 12. So I think the lionfish will go into... Let's have a look. Maybe we actually need to do... We're going to need a second heated tank, aren't we? With a lionfish, we have two different types of lionfish. Cannot be housed with non-lionfish, and these are okay. Yep, they'll be fine together. So these are both tropical, and they just need their own tank together. These go up to size 11. So I could put 4 of each into one of these, and that would be fine. That would be less than 100. And I think that's what I'm going to do. We need mussels for these. So we have a look at this tank here. It's connected to this. So if we add that onto this network, what are we looking at in terms of everything now? So we have, if we just grab this, we're looking at 540 out of 500. Okay, does not give us much redundancy in terms of this. So as soon as one of these breaks down, we are going to need to get on top of that as quickly as we can. So to fix that, I am going to add a new large heater onto there, and that will now give us in here 630 out of 500. So that'll give us easily enough redundancy to manage this, and that'll be good. So next we want to actually put the lionfish in. So we'll go Voltaine's lionfish, and we'll have 1, 2, 3 and 4 of those. And then the fuzzy dwarf lionfish, we will have 1, 2, 3 and 4 of those. Now this has pushed all of the filtration down, so we now don't have enough here. So what I'm actually going to do is, this is going to be our second heating, so this one here is going to be our second filtration. I'm going to put all of the these ones, which are these, but be just regular filters, onto there, and all of the skimmers onto here. So what I think I'll do is I will get 4 of each. So we have 4 of the filters there, and then we want the skimmers, and we'll put 2 of those on, and that will give us enough. It doesn't really tell us how much it needs, but it's on 76%. Again, it doesn't give us too much redundancy, but I think it'll be enough for now. Now we're going to need 20 cave in here. Now one of these will be perfect for that. So what is this? This is, oh, it's decoration 63, that's good. A rock drop-off scenery. Now, do we have enough for one of those? So if we just have a look, rock drop-off scenery. Let's go for a nice pretty one here actually. I know it's expensive, but I think it'll be nice. There we go. That's taken us right the way down. And now we just need some mussels. So let's go for... let's just actually get up mussels. There we go. We'll put that there. And unpause the game. And there we go. There is yet another tank added to here. And I think it would be nice to actually head down into first person view. And we can see all of these guys swimming around together. So we have the starfish down at the bottom there. And I'll have a look at what's just gone there. Okay, so that is the Pacific sea nettle done. Let's go for a long one now. So let's go for, let's see, Let's go for the urchins. Why not? This is looking nice. I like this. It's nice seeing all of these different types of fish swimming around together. Even though really they're probably not supposed to. We have Atlantic haddock even? Haddock? One of them too. Pollock maybe? What are these things? That's in here. Pollock. Atlantic pollock. I knew it was one of the whitefish. Yeah, and then over here we've got these catfish over here. And they look really quite cool. I like that. And there is the lionfish quest complete. So we did get another 2,500 from that. So if we didn't do that, we would have been right down at 0 if we put these in just on our own. But nicely, we've managed to get a bit of money from that. Not a huge amount, and it has pushed us back a bit. I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to let it run for a while just to make sure these 2 tanks are propagated fully and allow more people to get in here and spend some more money, because we are down to really quite small profit margins per day. As you can see, 159. We're back up on this one to 365. That's good. It's not great, but it's much better than 65 the day before. Seems some days we have to buy a lot more food than we do on others. So yeah, I think that is where I'm going to leave it for today. I think between episodes I'll leave it running and try and build up a bit more money because we are going to need it. The full force of the brutal mode is now kicking in, and it's taking a long time to be able to get stuff done for this. As you can see, we are now having problems with the maintenance as well. So I may have to look at getting a new permanent maintenance person. If we said that if we got someone like Nigel here, and then we click on Nigel, here we go, and we turn off, oh no, we turn up fixing, we turn off feeding completely, and you will just focus on fixing. And the other thing I want to do, we have some people here, and I'm pretty sure that one of these is our fixing person. They are right up on fixing, so we can't do anything there. And you, I think I will actually bring up your fixing skill like that, because I think we're going to need it, and you will have leveled up again. Yeah, so that's the problem we're going to have now. I'm going to have to really work through what is actually going to be worth us getting in terms of money, because I'm pretty sure now we might actually be in a little bit of deficit per day if we just let it flick over for one more day before we finish, and we'll see what our profit margin is now. There we go, minus 71 is the day's takings. So we're definitely going to have to add more stuff in, and I don't think it's going to be adding more Tetra tanks. We do have a bit of a money store up here that we can use just to tide ourselves over, but we're going to have to be very selective of what we do from now on. I think though that is where I am definitely going to leave it for today. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.